Welcome to the Authorblurb podcast review. Now, this is the first one I'm doing. So you get an idea of what I'm doing here. Since obviously this is my first go, I'm going to review books of authors that have been on the show. The review is going to be able to be attached to their profiles that are at authorblurb.com. I'm not asking the authors for books to review. I'm not asking anything of them. At this point, the first, 8 books I'll be doing reviews on, the authors have no idea they're even being reviewed. Now, I'll be talking with other people throughout the different reviews. Obviously, I am not an expert or a reader of every genre. Not even close. But I do like learning more about what other people think. That way I can say if it's a good book. Because, well, every one of us authors are kind of, well, I guess the best way to say it is we all are very proud of what we write, and we think that it's a great book. My 3 books that I've written, I think are great. The reviews even say so. The people I've talked to say so. Now, I could give you a review on my books, but it wouldn't be an honest review, to be honest with you. So, today, I'm going to start off with one of my earlier guests that I had on. He wrote The Adventures of EXO and Size, David Norrick. He was a great guest to have on. I enjoyed talking with him. I have to go back and see if he's written his second book and gotten it out yet. But if he hasn't, I'll keep checking back, because with The Adventures of EXO and Size, it was a good book. I don't know if you can see it very well. Obviously, my screen is blurred, but The Adventures of EXO and Size is about a kid, his dog, and the fact of they're trying to fight what they're considering bad people of the city they live in, which is Obese City. Now tell me if you get a theme going here. It's a kid's book. Okay? Don't expect war and peace out of this. I mean, in all truth, it's a thin book, about the same size as the majority of kid books that I read to my son. Now, for better or worse, the writing is perfectly fine, especially considering he's trying to make a point. David's trying to make a point with just a few lines per page to get the kids interested. He also is adding things into this where he's getting children into the whole stretching, exercising, eating healthy. As you can see here, there we go. As you can see here, it starts off where EXO, this kid right here, I better not use that finger. This kid right here is stretching. And at the bottom of the pages, it tells you here what to do. So hopefully the book in front of me didn't muffle me too much. But as you can see, it tells you, or at least tells your kid, what to do. Stretch. This is how you stretch. It shows little images. Tells you how long you should stretch for, how long you should do certain exercises. The fact of, in this book, he's keeping children active, keeping them engaged. My son, who at this point of recording this review is 4.5, a little bit past 4.5. Even when he was 4.5, like 4 years old or something like that, he still enjoyed the book. He still enjoys the book today. He enjoys doing the exercises, doing all this stuff, pretending that he's part of the adventure that EXO and Size is going through. And I know that it's keeping him healthier. Mind you, he needs to be active, but especially on rainy days when I just can't get him outside, when there's different things, or when I'm trying to tire him out for bed and I grab this, or he chooses this book, he does little exercises, gets himself worked up, worn out, and sleeps. As a parent, that's a fantastic bedtime story that can make the kids sleep in no time. Not always. Sometimes my son has way too much energy. But again, if you're a parent, you understand that. Also, if you're somebody that's trying to figure out what to get a gift for somebody, like a kid, that say, my nephew, my niece, whoever it might be, that you're sitting there going, I have no idea what to get this kid. I don't have kids. If the kid's, I would say 4 or above, all the way up to maybe 8 years old, I'm guessing it might even be more, but this is a fantastic book. It allows, like I said, my son loves it. The parent that you buy for the kid, they should love it because one, it's keeping the kids active. It's keeping them engaged, and it does not require batteries. Great thing about a book, at least the paper ones, they don't require batteries. Now, one thing to always keep in mind, like I say many times, this book here, I did buy, and let me just cover this up. I got a signed copy for my son. Now remember also, this is all my own opinion. I'm not anybody that's going to be writing a review for the New York Times, the USA Today, some book magazine, who knows, whatever it is. That's not going to be me. I'm going to be the guy that tells you my honest opinion in the best way I can, let you know who I think would benefit from it, and try to give you some insights. So, this book here, The Adventures of EXO and Size, as you can see, the little kid, EXO, the little dog is Size. They go on this adventure. Their nemesis in this book is a guy named Nacho and his dog Chip. Or Nacho and Chip, I forget which one's which right now off the top of my head. The mayor of the city is Mayor Diana Beatties. So, diabetes. And he goes out of his way to make sure that kids are understanding the importance of being healthy, eating right, eating healthy, staying away from junk foods like potato chips and things like that. Hint, Nacho and Chip being a villain. Now, you need something, you want something to read to your kids, I highly suggest this book, The Adventures of EXO and Size by David Norwick. You won't regret it. Like I said, I've read this book multiple times to my son, and I'll be reading it to my daughter when she gets old enough. That's how well I like the book, and I'm hoping you do too. I'm going to keep these reviews short, to the point, and hopefully to get you to where it's going to provide you the best benefits. Some of the reviews, when other people come on, they might be longer because it's going to be more of a conversation. But the whole point of it, long, short, whatever it might be, is to provide you with an honest review, straightforward information, something that you can gather and hopefully use to decide if you want the book or not. With that being said, what I'm going to do is just remind you, go to authorblurb.com. We have profiles there. We have a place where you can support the show. Remember, it's always helpful to support the show so I can be able to grow and improve and things like that. I'm not asking you anything really other than if you feel like you've gotten value out of what I'm giving you through the interviews I do with the authors, through these reviews, whatever, just go there. If you don't think I'm giving you value, I apologize. I'll try harder. And what I suggest you do, go to authorblurb.com, go to the contact me and let me know what I can do better. Always happy to hear it. One thing I also like to tell you is on authorblurb.com, that website, I'm going to mention it quite a few times if I can. You can go there and there's a new feature where you can leave a message. And that message will give you 90 seconds to say exactly what you think. Be nice, because if it's a question to me, if it's a question to an author, if it's a comment that I think is something nice that should be on the show, it'll come on the show. And if it's a question to the author, I'll send the voicemail or the audio file of your question to the author and ask them to reply either with another audio or with a video so that they can get back to you and answer your question, whatever you have. Now, I can't promise every question everybody's going to get on, but I will try to get as many as I can. And I'll provide any additional information you ask, that at least within reason. So again, if you haven't figured out, I want you to go to authorblurb.com because the authors can be found there. The podcast, that all the episodes I have can be found there. You can find, if you don't want to listen to it on my website, you can go to the podcast and click on the different locations to find it in your player, whoever you like, Stitcher, iTunes, Apple, whatever. It's there. If you want to watch the video, you can find it on YouTube and Rumble. I'm trying to provide you everything that you want, or at least everything that I can provide you that I think you want. Because until you tell me, I don't know. So, thank you again. Hope you enjoy. I'll look forward to talking to you on the next review. And hopefully you're also checking out the interviews. So I'll talk to you, or at least you'll hear from me on those interviews. So enjoy. Find that author that you love. And have a good day.